Guten Tag, guten Abend. Welcome back to Let's Play Planescape Shaper of Dreams. This is Big Los. We are in the city of Sigil. When we left off, we were right in front of this info unit. We were going to get some information. Who are all these people who are coming up to us and talking? I don't know. But let's move them out of the way so we can talk to this thing and get some information about the plains and the city itself. As soon as he touched the construct, his eyes begin to light up, and he starts speaking in a halting voice. Welcome, Cutter. I am YFG-7H Info Unit, revision 0.97C. Donated by the Believers of the Source to give the gift of knowledge to Tremors and Primes. Please choose a subject. The construct shoves a small piece of paper into your nose, on which are listed a number of topics. You examine the paper with interest. The plains in Sigil? We can learn of these from you? Please specify your question. Choose your subject. Tell me about Sigil. In the Outlands, at the center of all plains, floating above the summit of an infinitely high mountain called the Spire, is a torus-shaped city, Sigil. The City of Doors, or often just the Cage, ruled by the Lady of Pain. Tell me about the Lady of Pain. The Lady of Pain. No one has seen her face, at least no one who lived to tell of it. The Lady of Pain sees to it that the delicate balance in Sigil is not destroyed. Anyone in Sigil who draws her attention to themselves, or attempts to disrupt the system of order that reigns in the city, or even who kills one of her servants, on that being falls her shadow, certain death. The Lady of Pain can close the doors of Sigil to even the gods themselves, which demonstrates that she is herself a high goddess. Nonetheless, she must not be worshipped, as she has forbidden it on pain of death. A curious sovereign, but now I would like to learn something of the plains. There are 4 kinds of plains: the material plains, to which your homeland belongs, prime, the transitive planes, which connect the material planes to the others, the inner planes, also known as the elemental planes, and the outer planes, the home of angels and demons. Tell me more about the transitive planes. The transitive planes form the connection between the material, the inner, and the outer planes. There are 3 transitive planes: the ethereal plane, home of the githzerai. No, that's not true. On the plane of limbo. The shadow plane, origin of all shadow beings, and the astral plane, home to the Githyanki. I'd like to hear something about the inner planes. The inner planes are the origin of all material and energy, each taking the form of an individual element. These are the elemental planes: water, fire, earth, air, magma, ice, ooze, smoke, ash, salt, dust, vacuum, mineral, lightning, steam, and radiance. Wow, all of these other ones are all new to me. The ones past the 4 elements. Magma, ice, ooze, smoke. I've never heard of those planes before. Tell me more about the outer planes. The outer planes are physical manifestations of a particular moral and ethical alignment. They are divided into the upper, lower, and neutral planes. I'd like to learn more about the upper planes. The upper planes are the direct counterpart to the lower planes. They are home to the gods of good and to celestial beings, which include the angels, the Eldarin, the Archons, and the Cardinals. Yeah, it's too bad that they didn't make these into monsters that could be placed into the game. Tell me about the neutral planes. Counted among the neutral planes are, first, the Outlands. The Outlands is the name of an infinitely large, pure neutral plane, in the middle of which stands an infinitely high mountain, the Spire. Above the Spire floats a massive ring, the city of Sigil. There are many gate towns in the Outlands. Another plane is Mechanus, a lawful neutral plane of existence. It is made up of enormous gears which stand at all possible angles to one another. Since the gears all rotate, the entire plane is filled by their ticking. Then there is Limbo, a chaotic neutral plane where pure chaos rules. Yeah, that's where you find the githzerai, as well as, I believe, the slotty and chaos beasts and the like. Does the abyss not lie in the lower planes? I'd like to learn more about that. The lower planes are where one can find one Beator, also called the Nine Hells, which is lawful evil. Beator is made up of 9 subplanes that are arranged one above the other like a stack of plates, but with each lower one smaller than the one above. Oh, kind of like a nesting doll. Each subplane is ruled by an archdevil, who together form the Lords of the Nine. 2. The Abyss, a chaotic evil plane of existence. In contrast to Beator, the Abyss is made up of an infinite number of layers and subplanes. The uppermost layer of the Abyss borders the planes of both Pandemonium and Carcerai, and it is possible to transit between these planes. Furthermore, the river Styx flows through the Abyss, linking it to the other lower planes. 3. Archeron. This plane is built of gigantic black blocks of stone that float through the emptiness and occasionally collide with one another. Archeron is lawful evil. Other neutral evil planes are Carcerai, Gehenna, Pandemonium, and the Grey Waste, also known as Hope's Lost. As the name indicates, everything on this plane is gray. The ground, the sky, even the inhabitants. Kind of sounds like the Shadow Plane from Mask of the Betrayer. There's no color there. All is either black, white, or gray. Yeah, sounds exactly like the Shadow Plane. So I believe we've asked him all that we can. That's enough. I don't wish to hear any more. There's actually a lot more to the planes, and it's all very, very fascinating stuff. And I've read all about it in the manual of the planes. You get a kind of a flavor for it. Whoa. You get kind of a flavor for it if you read the Dungeon Master's Guide 3.5 edition. I'm not sure about 4. I haven't seen anything about version 4 or 4E. But if you read the Dungeon Master's Guide for 3.5, it gives you a brief description of all the planes, and that's expanded upon a lot in the manual of the planes. It's very, very interesting. And I could go on forever about that, but let's just continue on with the game. And it looks like we were stopped by Jared for some reason. You suddenly notice that Jared's face looks as if it's been turned to stone. It seems he really has to force himself to put one foot in front of the other just to keep up with you. Jared, what's wrong? Are you okay? Mistress, forgive me, I was completely lost in my thoughts. I was remembering the manor in Holst. I was wondering if we'll ever see all that again. You may not believe it, but I even miss Marge and her insults. You're homesick, Jared. Small wonder. Everything here is so strange and foreign. And you, milady? Don't you also miss our home? Seeing what Uncle Aaron is up to? Ha ha. He'll be researching. What else? And complaining to the foreman about Marge's food. Grinning. And he wouldn't be wrong. The worst is always when she tries out a new recipe. And what about Sabra? Well, she'll be flirting with that accountant of yours, Jan. She's been doing that for a while. Those two will certainly get together at some point. Really? I've never noticed any of that. I don't mean this badly, but there's a few things you've never noticed. Whenever you're around, the staff naturally behaves somewhat more mannerly. Do you often think of the manor? I thought traveling would be more fun, but it seems that basically I'm a homebody. And we are so terribly far away from everything I can relate to. I would really prefer to be back home. I feel the same way, but home without Corman could never really be home. The most important thing would always be missing. You were right, milady. I too do not want to return without your husband. Since he left, a shadow has lain across every laugh, every joy. Jared, we will return home either with Corman or not at all. There is no other way. Yes, there is no other way for me either. But I'm glad that I could speak of home with you, milady, and that you feel the same way. It makes being so far from home somewhat less painful. Don't worry too much, Jared. It will just bring you down. We can't afford to lose energy and confidence over that, or we won't make it much farther. I will take your counsel to heart, milady, but it is not easy. I wonder if we chose different conversation options, if we would drive him out of the party. It seems like that was a possibility. Alright, so let's go inside here. This is the Torpedo Bar. We're looking for somebody named Amiel, who likes to hang out in here. He knows the location of a portal that'll get us to the Abyss, according to Delfino the Healer. We lost 5 gold pieces when we came in here. Amarisa. Welcome to the Torpedo Bar. Is this your first time here? Yes, we've only just recently arrived in Sigil. Then I would like to make you aware that on entering, a cover charge of 5 gold was magically assessed. That will happen each time you enter the bar. In the water, we have the so-called torpedo fish. Touching one will cause temporarily and completely harmless paralyzation. Don't be shocked should this happen. But that's unbelievable. You paralyze your guests? Many of our guests enjoy the experience, especially the Sensates. Also, the dustmen and the sinkers can benefit from a short period of paralyzation. And for the rest, it is simply harmless. In other words, anyone who enters this establishment ends up wet and stunned. The water is a pleasant temperature, and it's actually rather rare to be touched by a fish. Today we have entertainment in the form of the comedian Mogul and the famous singer Solinia. I wish you much fun. Okay, fine. We can at least look around since we've already paid. Dance and enjoy yourselves for as long as you want. Looks like we have some Githyanki speaking their native language over here. Bregar.
It's a long day. I could use a drink.
Well, looky here. A real woman, no tail, wings, lizard skin, or anything else? Now you just have to tell me that you're up for a game of Chinchirrin with me. And my day is saved. Oh yeah, that's that dice game that we were playing in Waterdeep. Chinchirrin? I learned that game back in Waterdeep, and would like to play again. And how much would you like to wager? Let's go for 75 gold like we did last time. Alright, I'll start. What the... Oh my god, this guy got really lucky. He rolled 3 5s in a row. My dice show a 5, 5, and a 5. Heaven, you have a storm that matters to me. I win 3 times the use. That means that's an automatic win for him if he rolls those. And, shall we keep playing? Yeah, let's try it one more time. Let's try 75 gold. My dice show a 1, 5, and 4. No setting. My dice show a 2, 2, and a 3. My setting is 3. That's right. So if you roll 3 times and you have 2 of the same, the third one is your score. And we have 3 chances to beat that score. Good, you're up. And we lost 75 gold. We roll once. show a 1, 2, and a 2. Your setting is 1. That means since we rolled 2 twice, the leftover 1 is our score. He wins. Kind of a strange game. No, I don't want to play anymore. I've lost 300 gold already. Very well, if you decide to play, I'll be here. This is the barmaid. Looks like it's a succubus. Would you like to have a look at our drinks menu? We don't have as big a selection as the Drunken Daubus, but everything is top shelf. Well, then show me the list. Beter's best. Halb Blut, halb whiskey. Half blood, half whiskey. And it makes you go in a blood frenzy. I guess that means like a rage. Frozen Blood War. Blood, acid, and beer on ice. And it does Iron Body. That's right, Damien has a potion of that. God's Phone. What's inside, only the gods know. It does prayer. And then we just have regular spirits, and then this thing called the Tanari Twister. I believe Tanari is a form of demon. Ein Teil Sour. I don't know what tile or tila means. I'm gonna find out. I'll be right back. Einteilsäure, 1 part acid. 14 Teile Bier, 14 parts beer. 15 Teile gemahlene Donen, 15 parts ground thorns. And it does Ethereal Visage. Kind of expensive. So who are we going to talk to over here now? Gordian Aptoloth.
My greetings to you.
I greet you. Is there a reason that you speak with me? One should never take any action without a reason. Do you perhaps wish to join the faction of the Believers of the Source? I don't know. What kind of group is that? A group that has set for itself higher goals than those who would be content to abide for eternity in their worm-like states. We also call ourselves the Godsmen, for in each individual there resides a godly spark, and those who choose to continually further their development will one day rule the multiverse. Then you seek power. Power is just one aspect of the all-embracing perfection of the self. Throughout our whole lives, we try to make the best of the opportunities we are given. This life is a test, you see. If you fail, then in the next life you have to begin again at the beginning. But since continual self-development can only take place in peaceful conditions, we here in Sigil have taken on the additional task of maintaining peace between the factions. For death and destruction hinders the willing from making the most of their available time. What are the advantages of joining your faction? Advantage? Well, if the task of gaining knowledge appeals to you, then it would naturally be very positive for your further development. Or do you not see it as an advantage to gain knowledge and experience? I don't know. Would we be well suited for this? I think that would be better for, like, a full-on wizard to join that. Wouldn't you say? I don't think that is anything for me. Live well. I wonder if we'll be given the opportunity to do it again.
My greetings to you.
Ah, here you are again. Can it be that you have developed a taste for learning? No, for that sort of thing I simply haven't the time. Live well. Okay. Well, at least we have the option of joining later. should we change our minds. Ziza. The lizardling hisses threateningly. What do you want of me, lowlife? The lizardling opens his mouth wide and exhales his hot breath right in your face. The foul stench invades your nostrils. You can barely keep yourself from vomiting. Excuse me, it's just that I was astonished to see a lizardling standing at a table sipping cocktails in such a civilized manner. I thought your kind lives in swamps. The lizardling's eyes begin to light up brightly. On occasion I do dwell in swamps. Right now I am here in order to sweep groveling vermin like you from the face of the earth. Really? If you care to reach for your weapon, be my guest. For my part, I will not allow myself to be provoked by you. My lady, this lizardling is not worthy of our notice. We should move on before it can cause us to bring unpleasantness on ourselves. Well, we always ignore Jared. And he seems to be getting pissed off at us for that. So maybe this time we'll listen to him. Alright, Jared, for once I must agree with you. We will let this affront go unpunished, even if this creature has it coming. And we got 100 XP for that. Get out of here, lowlife. So we can't do anything more with him. Arachne.
Hello.
The woman has evidently drunk far more than she can handle. She stares at you with blood-filled eyes. What do you want? Do I know you? You shouldn't drink so much. It's bad enough when a man is drunk, but a woman... You taking the piss? I'll drink as much as I want. We sinkers are celebrate... Oh, crap. Celebrating the downfall. Only then'll things get better. Sinkers? The Doom Guard? Do you happen to know a man named Amiel? Amiel? That thick-headed sop wanted to come to the bar with me. Just as we were coming in the door, he saw that funny intellectual fellow, Korudingsta, coming out of his house, and he forgot all about me. Whom did he meet? I didn't catch the name. Oh, screw off. That old fool is of a novelist who lives across the street. You really do drink too much, but thank you all the same for the information. Alright, so that novelist who lives across the street is the same one who we need to bring to that medium that we met in the marketplace. That way she can correctly commune with that spirit that that old man wants to talk to. That's right. Okay. And what do we have down here? We have a blood warrior and water methods. These things are like gremlins. So strange. This is like a Baylor, but he's not attacking. Gautier. This creature appears as a gaunt, gray, nomadic humanoid with clawed hands wrapped in rags.
Yes?
I wonder where they got the model for this guy from. Just recently, the Neverwinter Vault went down, and it took all the uploads with it. Man, was I pissed. I was trying to download some toolset plugins because I was going to make some maps. Now I can't do it because all of the downloads are gone. And they're slowly being re-uploaded to a replacement vault. But I don't think that they're going to make it. The ones that I want, actually. I wanted a spell checker plugin, and I wanted some other usability tools. Anyways, why don't we go forward and see what these guys are looking at. Galtiera, there's more of them up here, huh? Mogul! Jahaz Scheiße! Thank you very much. Vielen Dank. Thank you. It's great to be up on the stage in front of such a tremendous audience. Speaking of stages and audiences, you know the old saying, all the world's a stage? Well, if that's the case, I don't know where you all are supposed to sit. That was good, wasn't it? So did you hear about the two blind men who ran into each other down in the market last week? Bump? They both got concussions. And here's another one. The next day, two deaf dumb guys ran into each other down there. The first one said, the other replied, "Boo! Stuff it, buddy. These are ancient." What? Did you all drop off your sense of humor at the coat check? Or did the torpedo fish stun you all? Where were we then? Oh yeah, the blind and deaf. I got a couple more jokes along those lines in my pocket. This one seems fitting. A blind man and a deaf man are playing dance music together. After a while, the blind man says, "Hey, are they dancing?" The deaf guy goes, "Should they? Are we playing?" And here's one more. A blind guy bumps into a guy with no arms. The armless guy, "Hey, watch out or I'll sock you right in the mouth." The blind guy, "Yeah, I'd like to see you." Boo, what a terrible show. Get off the stage. What, you don't like it? Would you rather drag me off the stage and tear me to pieces? Speaking of tearing people to pieces, I have a couple good cannibal jokes. Two cannibals are eating a clown. Says the first, he tastes a little funny. Lunchtime at the cannibal's house. "Mommy, I don't like my brother. Be quiet. You'll eat what you're served." "Shut it, buddy. The jokes are getting worse and worse." Alright, it looks like the audience is not on my side today. In that case, I'll yield the stage to the star of the evening, the singer Solinia. And it looks just like Javi. I greet you, primes and planers. Tonight I will sing you a song of a journey through the endless nothing to Zendiria, a fairy tale place of astounding beauty. Lose yourselves in the world of my song.
You better follow me.
Aboard a boat with no sail.
Oh, it looks like I broke it. And I resetted the song, too. I was trying to hear the whole thing. Oh, well. I guess there's no way to get up here, is there? This is all just for show. Immune to paralysis. Oh, I guess we touched one of those torpedo fish, but my freedom of movement prevented me from being paralyzed. Alright. Well, we've seen enough in here. Let's leave. I really hope we don't have to go back in. It's going to cost us another 5 gold pieces. Alright, so this is Agatha Tuned. Or Agatha Tund. They said that this guy lived across the street, but we can't go into any of these houses, huh? I guess we have to talk to her.
Well, hello.
In a panic. Oh, what bad luck! Can one nowhere feel safe? Oh, poor Master Coronabus. What do you mean? What is with him? We must speak to him urgently. It's about his oeuvre paths to the afterworld. I guess that means work. Oeuvre? Isn't that like a French word or something? Goodness! You won't be able to. Can you imagine? Good Master Coronabus simply wanted to go down to the North Market to make a purchase. Now he's being held hostage and threatened with death. And such a famous man. How is that? Is Harmonium already on it? What exactly has happened? Where was Coronabus going? To Meldus's. Mr. Meldus runs an antique bookshop. Master Aurelie looks through the new arrivals from time to time, looking for scientific tomes. And I like to read the old tales of angels from Derain. I have a collection of 70 volumes. Yes, but what exactly took place? All I know is that what Meldus's stockboy told me. A young fellow mainly helps with shelving new arrivals. I am Master Aurelie's neighbor, Mrs. Tuned. Master Aurelie was going to bring me a couple of novels. I don't get around so well anymore. When he hadn't come back in forever, I went round to the shop myself. But it was closed up tight, and in the middle of the day, too. While I was standing around wondering what to do, the stockboy came out. I grabbed him and asked what was going on. Yes, go on with your story. The young fellow told me that in the morning a man came storming into the shop, a former employee of Mr. Meldus. Some time ago had fired him and turned him into the Harmonium for theft. They gave him a good flogging and threw him behind bars for a while. But he broke out and went straight to Meldus to get his revenge. He threatened Mr. Meldus and his clients with a sharp blade and tied them up. He sent the stockboy off to the Fraternity of Order. He was supposed to inform them that this criminal demands the judgment against him be repealed, claiming that Mr. Meldus accused him falsely. Can you imagine? Either the sentence is repealed or he will kill his innocent victims one after the other. He'll only let them go if he gets a pardon signed by Factal Hashkar himself. It sounds like an act of complete desperation. It's hardly likely that the governors would allow themselves to be blackmailed like that. Then there's the question if any such pardon would be honored. But Master Aurelie is a famous man. Hashkar could certainly make an exception for him. I doubt that. Otherwise, more people would come up with similar glorious plans to avoid their just punishment. That is, if this case it was truly just. That is, if in this case it was truly just. Well, in any case, the Harmonium has the house sealed off and won't let anyone near. I will pray for Master Aurelie. There's not much more an old lady can do. Hopefully this monster won't kill him. How do we find the place? In case we want to see things for ourselves. It's not hard to find. Just go down to the market and turn right at the crossing. Thank you. That doesn't sound hard to find at all. Fine, fine, but now I must go back in and lie down a bit. So much excitement is not good for my heart. Now we have another quest to deal with, hostages. I've been told that a former employee of an antique bookshop in the Northern Market Ward has barricaded himself inside the shop with some hostages. Maybe I'll go see what's happening. Maybe? No, for sure we will go see what's happening. I don't know if there's anything else here, really, that we should be checking out. I mean, here's a door that goes to who knows where. There's something over here called the Fest Hall of the Sensates, or Sensates, or something. Yeah, the Sensates. Let's see what this says on this sign up here. Soon in our halls, the night of doors with Gator Yek. All friends and members of the Sensates, so it is Sensates, not Senates, are warmly invited. In advance, you'll receive tickets by the curator of the auditorium. And I guess we can't really do anything with that. There's a door that we can go into. Maybe we should check it out first before we go take care of the hostage situation. Maybe there's something interesting in here. Who knows? Whoa. And who is this? Looks like a red wizard of Thay. He's a curator.
I greet you.
I'm very sorry, but our lecture series doesn't resume until next month. Oh, holy cow, how do you pronounce this? Sigil will hold a talk for new arrivals where he'll describe those areas of Sigil where they can have the most intense experiences. He'll also explain the correct use of sensory stones. Sensory stones? Can I have one? No, I'm afraid not. Personalized sensory stones are only available for factotums. A factotum is a regular class that you can have in D&D 3.5 if you have the Dungeonscape, what do you call it? It's not a core rulebook. It's like an expansion or something like that. Anyways, in Dungeonscape, the expansion, this is the factotum is one of the classes, and it's like a rogue on steroids. It basically has access to every skill imaginable. You don't need the able learner feat, and you get 6 skill points per level. It's great. It's like a jack of all trades. Until the sensorium reopens, there's nothing I can offer you. So how do we become a factotum, huh? End the conversation. Can I still get some information? What is this Night of Doors that is advertised outside? The Night of Doors is a quiz show hosted by Gator Yek. It will take place in the main theater. The entrance is at the far end of our hall, but the doors remain closed when there's no performance going on. Can you tell me more about this quiz show? What is it actually? I'm not so certain myself. In any case, it is a show with contestants from here in Sigil. You would have needed to apply months ago because they say that all the contestants have already been selected. You can win some things and lose a lot. And this Gator Yek hosts the show? Who is that? An entertainer. As far as I know, demon blood flows in his veins. And he is supposed to have a curious sense of humor, but his shows are unbelievably popular. And it is something other than a play, song, or dance. It will most certainly be an interesting experience. I think you have no more questions. Who's this over here? Visitor to the Fest Hall. Sensory Stone, the questioning. Sensory Stone, joyless separation. Sensory Stone, messed up application. Sensory Stone, fear of death. Let's see what happens if we touch this thing. You really want to leave me? But we've had such a lovely time. Sure, lately things haven't gone quite right, but you have to give me another chance. I will change. I know I can change. You have had enough time. Now it's too late. I just don't want it anymore. I want to begin a new life without you. Please, please give me one last chance. Everything will be like it was before. I promise you. Which one should we do? The sympathetic or the hard? Let's do hard. I don't want things to be like they were before. I have grown, but you have stayed rooted in place. And now you even want to go backwards. I am just sick of you. Blubbering. Why would you say such a thing? You're breaking my heart. I can't live without you. That is sad, but unfortunately, I can live just fine without you, and probably live even better. It's over. The sooner you accept that, the better. Now pack your things. I can't stand you 1 minute longer. Whoa, we got 100 XP for that. That's cool. Joyless separation. The questioning. So, you don't want to talk? That is stupid of you. Really stupid. Don't you know that everyone talks at some point? Why burden yourself with unnecessary pain? It would make me so much easier. You will never make me talk. Never. I swear a holy oath. An oath? Many who entered here had sworn oaths. But when they were brought back out, they had forgotten every oath and could only moan for mercy. It will go the same for you. Use this last chance that I'm offering and talk. Never will a single word pass my lips. Ouch. A lot of torture. I'll talk. Just make it stop. I'll talk. Oh, we got 100 XP for that, too. Messed up application. So, you want to learn the art of being a smith, young one? Well, I'll tell you right from the start. Forging of swords is a high art. I take no one who does not have a true interest, a true passion. Oh, master, I love swords. I constantly am busying myself with them. Really? Then you surely can answer a few simple questions. Certainly, master. The parts of a sword. Simply tell me the names of the parts that the sword I am holding is made up of. Such a simple question you surely can answer. Yeah. A sword like that has relatively few parts. That's the handle and the blade, and that's it. Really? I think you have forgotten something. This sword has between the grip and the blade a, well, big piece of iron. Giving you a smack on the head. Right. You failed rather drastically. It's the quillion or crossguard, kid. The quillion! I'll give you one more chance. What are the names for the lower and upper parts of the blade? Rump and point? Idiot. And you want to become a swordsmith with no interest in the material? The lower part is called the forte and the upper part is called the foible. But enough. Get moving. You are not suitable. With you, I'm simply wasting my time. Got 100 XP for that, too.
Hello?
The dreadful stones. Gromork not want to feel fear. Gromork never have fear. This should all be smashed. We lost 50 gold pieces. Oh, we're losing 50 gold pieces every time that we use these things? But we get 100 XP. somebody else in here? Oizabia and another visitor. Who's Oizabia?
Hello.
Oh no, there's only 4 sensory stones left. And I only got through half of them. Do you mean those strange stones over there? I touched them and experienced some odd things. Well, you're quite the Burke. You've really never used a sensory stone before. No, it was a curious experience. Perhaps you could explain the purpose of these stones? The young lady examines you as if there were a babbling idiot standing in front of her. But you've missed out on so unbelievably much. One can't do everything oneself after all. You mean these things that happen when you touch the stones? Oh, I see. I'll have to explain everything from the beginning. You are here in the fest hall of the Sensates. You know, I hope what the Sensates are, right? It's better if I just tell you. We Sensates believe that one should undergo every experience that the multiverse has to offer in order to truly understand it. And for that you use these stones? Life is generally too short, the environment too limiting, and one's own body not always suitable to be able to enjoy every experience. But so that we can experience as much as possible despite these limitations, we developed the sensory stones. Other sensates can use them to record and store their experiences and sensations. For a small monetary contribution, everyone can partake of the stored experiences simply by touching the stones. Now the purpose of these things is becoming clearer. But you don't seem to have a lot of them. Who says that? Fortunately, at the moment, there are just these 4 stones available. The others were broken in an attack on the sensoriums. Attack? Psh. That's nothing unusual in Sigil. Many factions mutually hate each other. I am certain it was the members of the Dustmen or the Doom Guard. These joyless cults of decay can't stand it that we have fun experiencing our new sensations and even make them available to others. But luckily, we will never run out of new experiences. Interesting. Well, we have one more that we haven't done yet. The fear of death. Oh no, the water is rising. Help! Help! I don't want to die. Help! Can no one hear me? Ah! And we got 100 XP for that. What does this visitor have to say? The Sensates are strange people, but their fest hall is very nice. I'd say so. And we have a locked door over here. Yep. I see you're giving it. You want to give it a shot? See if you can unlock it? Of course not. A specific key is required. Annoyed fest hall visitor. How annoying. There are no more tickets for the Night of Doors. Not one single ticket for Vignic. Vignet so wanted to buy a ticket. Even on the black market, there are no more. This event must be very popular if it's already sold out. Too bad. I would have liked to have seen it too. If you find ticket, little Vignic will pay a good price. Sss. I'll keep that in mind. But I may want to go see it myself. So if we find a ticket, we know who will be paying for it. Very good. Alright, so this is kind of an interesting place. We got 400 XP out of it. Still not quite enough to send us to the next level, though. Alright, here we are Back in the city of Sigil in the Guildhall Ward. Why don't we go try this door that was somewhere over here? Or maybe it's one of those doors that we can't really get to. This is an area that's out of bounds. So is that one. I guess we're going to have to go down. Can we climb up these steps? How are we going to climb up these steps? Oh, we're going to take the back way. Yeah, that door's... It was locked. There was a locked sign on it, but now we can go in it. So how far can we go here? Not very far. Alright, you know what? Before we get too far away, let's go into this door and see what it is. What does it say on the map? Nothing. Wait a minute. We can't go inside here? We can only open and close this door? Well, that's strange. Okay, I guess we'll find out what use it has later. And there's this place over here. It's also a place that we can go into, hopefully. Yes, okay. This one is Tholin's Machines. We should probably check it out in another episode because we are kind of getting up on time here. We have two other places here that we can check out. It's this one, and then there was like a temple over here. It's called the... Oh my goodness. Please, a small donation. Surely you have a little jink for a hungry man. Of course. Here, take 10 gold. Thank you, O highborn lady. I wonder if we would have got anything else. Oh, lady of most high esteem, can I hope for a few coins? I beg you, soften your heart. This is like the guy in Mysteries of Westlake. I only just gave you some gold. That's true, your highbornness, but 10 gold pieces isn't really that much. That's at most enough for me to go once to the Torpedo Bar and get myself a single drink. That's unbelievable. You went straight to the closest bar and drank up my money instead of buying something decent to eat with it? But, merciful one, alcohol fills you, and it even makes one a better man. And if I can listen to the comedian Mogul, it makes me even better yet. Your gold has in fact been invested well. You're the most shameless beggar that has ever crossed my path. If you ever speak to me again, I'll have my companions flay your bony behind. Is that clear? Crystal clear, merciful lady. Won't happen again. We got 30 XP for that. Holy crap.
Oi, what can I get ya?
Merciful lady, give generously, the gods will reward you. You give the officious beggar a good shove, then proceed on your way without a single thought. I don't know if this is misspelled or not. I'm not sure what word that's supposed to be. Anyways, like I said, there's a temple here called the Illusory Domains that we could go explore. But I think we'll probably begin the next episode. Whoop, I think we're going the wrong way. Why are we going this way? We'll probably start the next episode. Yeah, this is the way I want to go, I think. She said turn right here. Yeah, now it says to the Northern Market Ward. We're going to start the next episode trying to rescue these hostages yeah, I think we should prioritize that, and then we'll explore some more afterwards. Yeah, even right now we have the Harmonium. The members of the Harmonium looks like they have barricaded this place. See, this is the Tür, that means door. Alright, so I guess we'll try to rescue some hostages. Maybe we'll talk to some of these people here in the northern marketplace. It doesn't look as prestigious as the other market, but I bet you there's something interesting here. And this actually is not a large area in the slightest, but who knows? Maybe we'll find something interesting. Maybe we'll sell something. Maybe we'll buy something interesting. Who knows? This is Big Los signing off. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Vielen Dank. Auf Wiedersehen. Mach's gut. Tschüss.